NFM Radio.
Top connect so e mani sika de bagana e free wiase afana nyina ye ntia ka pre ani e free top connect amasika mani ayem rekra ye wohia ne se wo be download the top connect app no Play Store diama wo Android phone and also we use iPhone so or Apple Store na download the top connect e simple cra top connect wa manda radio nu so wo Europe North America and Asia wo mane wo dofo sika fa top connect so e ntem na emre na mawa hoto so sese die sika manu di fufuro kra any top connect so we yan chichimu bia for top connect our plus 442 081 6155 and a plus 442 081 761 600 plus 447 882 950 088 and nasa hwehwe top connect our Belfontin se fidie nyina so top connect fesika mane wa dafo sujemu a untia kapre top connect yesu ye die.
I've said it and I'll repeat it again. Those who are coming to this administration thinking that it's an avenue for making a lot of money are going to be disappointed. They better go to the private sector. That is where people make money, not in government. I've said it and I'll repeat it again. Those who are coming to this administration thinking that it's an avenue for making a lot of money are going to be disappointed. They better go to the private sector. That is where people make money, not in government.
The Bank of Ghana committing to that project?
I don't have the figure of funds.
The figure for your headquarters?
I don't have the figure off my head, sir. That's what I'm saying.
$250 million. Are you committing $250 million to that project?
I don't have the full complement of the figures.
Mr. Randolph, you are the Director of Finance of the Bank of Ghana. This is a major project that will shake the balance book of every organization. You should have that figure of it. How much are you committing to your head office building? We know it is $250 million. Can you confirm that? The Bank of Ghana committing to that project?
I don't have the figure of funds.
The figure for your headquarters?
I don't have the figure off my head, sir. That's what I'm saying.
$250 million. Are you committing $250 million to that project?
I don't have the full complement of the figures.
Mr. Randolph, you are the Director of Finance of the Bank of Ghana. This is a major project that will shake the balance book of every organization. You should have that figure of it. How much are you committing to your head office building? We know it is $250 million. Can you confirm that?
Mama in 2 years. Says here the fear of 2 years. I want them. What's name? What's name 2 years? Who here 2 years ago? Says here, and someone has said per se, open single room. Says here, who put us 600, who put us 500, who put us 700, 800. Who not dying? Says here, agent for 100 CDs for viewing fee, and I say 80 Ghana for viewing fee, just showing you the room. Says here, if you're for beard, your mother agent for Uchia 9,600, also Uchia agent 900, 600, and 900, and almost 1,000 CDs. Why? Says here, you to the end. Why? Like, why? What? Like why? And like Matna them 2 years, I'm paying 8,000. Now I'm supposed to pay 9,600. And you are taking the 2 years. You will take 1 year and go. Because you see, me 6 months in 1 year. Se se ade we adwuma me fiera wo be boaboa no busu pay a de be amount say 600 or say 700 you have to eat only small one because a whole month no be enti baka wo a be den wo me hwe bibi yi o wo me hwe bibi yi wo man mu ampedi for mo kan wan same hwe na youth for ye bre na ye kuku ye ni how a direct inti ye taking point no wo be ko ye kun Boka koma ye kunti youth nti ye bra no muhu edan sem eku ye adai how Ghana ye ble papa adai and then fiera unwoki in nka jefere me patro me pedal mod be ka se hu agent viewing fees or do cut set them or bet you 80 CDs and now say 100 CDs and then so my dying who could have 600 oh yeah single room name or do 2 years 600 CDs 2 years because of that need to be with that or no person or two now or do book of a show 600 was 500 tell you to person 2 years I think you can show my second to me every. You know you better about you are sure to about. I mean the very friends in okay.
Sydney Discotheque, verano del 79, con la mejor música del mundo.
Oye. Oye.
Oja, ye, Oja. Amafwe, Oja, ye, Oja. Oja, ye, Oja, ye. Yo. Right. Beautiful. Tuesday. I was going to say Wednesday. No, time we go speak. It's a beautiful Tuesday evening, night-ish here in the UK. And the time, as we say, is 20:15. That's 8:15 here in the UK. And I must say that it is the same time in Ghana as we speak, because the clocks have moved backwards here in UK. This place, the clocks moves backwards and forwards, and so now we have the same time with Greenwich Mean Time. So if I wake up and I say I'm tired, I'm gonna sleep, you must know it's the same time. You must go and sleep. Anyway, Mansa, I have started the show. I'm ready to rumble. And ready and Zempi and Zembebre. Can you imagine, Mr. OSP? Apparently, office of the special prosecutor. These people, they are playing games with us. So. You see, they are just simply playing games with us. As it is, the OSP is saying he wants some money from Sesendapa. You see, the OSP, office of the special or the special prosecutor, says he wants to make sure that Seseldapa's money, the source of her money, should be investigated. Now, a court has ruled that no, OSP or the special prosecutor, you don't have that right. You don't have any basis to take that woman's money or give her back her money. And that's what we have all, we've talked about it, we've conversed, okay, fine. Then your wife, the same OSB, the office, yes, I'm renting, you're going to do one now, or assistant to the deputy to our Baunia office. Just for MPP, Penny, Sika oh. They say TOS so do one security I mean the question you get about yourself ladies and gentlemen, when you think about all this, what do you really think? What do you say? Assembly. Ladies and gentlemen, when you think about all this, what do you really think? What do you say? Assembly. Right, a little bit of a technical issue we're sorting out. Very soon, BBA okay. My producer engineer is aware of the problem, so please bear with. And he will sort that one out. Anyway, so we are here to discuss issues, as they say, Ghana's issues, Ghana Sensem. And the list, the first on the list is the fact that some people within the NPP, they call themselves the delegates. They call themselves the delegates.
And some of them are coming out to say, frankly and boldly, that they are being, touted with monies. They are being, money is being shared to them in big or in large quantities. If this isn't a problem, then I don't know what it is. Mr. Kwame Boati, himself, when I offer me, must send you a link to the Zoom. So if and when you are ready, kindly join me on the Zoom. It's much better there. Why? Me that's it, baby. And to send you a link, cause Zoom hona, cause join me. Ending come over Zoom. Nice one, yo. Right. So Mr. Kwame Boati is the organizer here for the MPP in UK, MPP UK branch. He wants to join to try and clarify or explain certain points, because they say in there, and some may be anywhere with clarity, it be anywhere yet clear. Almost everything that you say, especially to anything coming from a state institution or from the government outfit itself, almost everything will have to be clarified. It has to be re-clarified and re-verified. It has to be explained again. Senka abaya kan some way we die. Nanka wa kan we obi enim so. Abaya no akan we die na kire say obi kan we and something in our deji kama. And so ye krom Ghana say akwa say asem bia na be ba efia ban hobe bano. We need to find out somehow. We need to find out and see if it is the truth or it is false. And a man crop be just said, "They say what you say bia na I say we yam shisho." Let me talk to my producer about the technical issue, so I'll be back. Stay tuned.
Discoteca, verano del 79, con la mejor música del mundo.
Ojaye. Spirit, is calling.
The clergy and the religious this thing, when they speak, they shake the foundation. And it is only the church that will address meaningfully the canker going on. And they want to silence all credible voices. Now, today, we will reveal everything to you. This question has, direct relation with the pronouncements of Reverend Professor Marty. Let me tell you why people do not want Professor Marty to talk. Listen, politicians have tried all means, all means to muzzle me, to get me, but they can't. They come with bribes, fat envelope, $100,000. Listen. I want everybody to listen. Politicians came to my house with fat envelope, $100,000, not cedis, dollars. And also with the promises that, if you keep quiet, we will give you a house at Trazaco with swimming pool. You know what? We will give you 4-wheel drive. These people were lucky. I did not have big dogs in my house. Else I would have released the dogs to bite them for the whole world. To ask, Papa Moderator, my boy, you one again. Papa Moderator, I then I would tell me now you release the dog. Then I will tell them, ask what they came to do. You know what? They have tried all means to muzzle me. They couldn't, and I tell you they can't. And you know what? I will speak today, I will speak tomorrow. You know the tax I pay, Osofo. Sometimes when this thing come and I see the tax that I've paid, but at the same time I said, praise be to the Lord we serve, because it's going to build our nation. Then when my tax goes, you babies with sharp teeth, you are stealing the money and you don't want us to talk. We will talk today, we will talk tomorrow.
Mo ye ka sofo asema na mo Moses. There is no genuine pastor in this country. Sofo biani oye genuine. There's no pastor in this country. I may say there's no single pastor. Oh my Ghana mo nyankopon ebi na no kasa kire no. They are liars. They are doing business. Obi agotina na sorry dem abie na sorry ye ne business na sebi mpreduasa youth no mo Ghana so na mo agotina sa sorry dem na mo ton nkumbia bi mutumi ko to sofo calendar de bo simu dem say mo hia protection abra sa sofo no owo bodyguard na muti krom ha, and youth na mo man mo ha no. This is the time I was say ye bia ye new Ghanaian youth, our eyes are opening. Senka asofo ni genuine ade na Christian counselor ye din na youth e wo man mo ha ye bre ade na Christian counselor hudo ahemfo e wo krom ha everybody is quiet about what is happening crisis e wo man mo antinka ye wo sofo mo so mo dwin ga na ho mo nyame ni papa nka sofo yo mo nsori nkasa ma youth no. We don't have any genuine pastor in this country. We are in this country na sofo bi be share come say shatawale bewu shatawale wa yarimpo anka wa bewu. They are all in this country with lies. Black Stars kwako bomb match na sofo bi di flyer bi ba out to say omuye fasting and prayers for Black Stars. Akosi saying group stage ukro mutimi pie. We are living in this country. Instead of saying people pointing the mistakes to the government to say is distracting the people of Ghana. No, mu yes no. Now mo your flyers are who do say mu bompire to Galamsey, mu bompire to economic crisis in the country. Me say there's no genuine pastor in this country. So fu biani Ghana nyankopon kasachire no. They are all liars. Nobody. So fu biani or maimu ha. They should come. I can prove to them that they are all liars. So fu biani kroma. So fu bi nim say nyankopon e frɛ na. On kire ye na ebesi 2022. 2023. On kire ye na ebesi 31st night ba afa no mbe show mo nkwasi ankom na ase. Na omu hye wonkom se wo maame ne how wo papa ne how wo bi dua bi asifie ho ne how na mo distract youth na omu di nkonti ba dum omu maame no omu papa no machi se omu ya abaifo asofo omu kanipa bom asofo omu ye beef wo Ghana wo so what say nyame nipa ye beef da. Let's open our eyes, Ghana's youth. It's about time amunya ya sorry kona munya adwuma. Work. Stop going to church. It's a waste of time. Sit down in your house, pray. God will listen to you. These pastors are doing business. They are getting money through with the youth. Work and get money. There's no single pastor in Yankupon Kasa Chiren or Ghana Maimuha. They are all liars and hypocrites. If they are not
oh, those words that I hate to say. Coons and buffoons. Used against people of color for years in the times of slavery. In those days when children, babies, were torn away from their mother's breasts. When brother was turned against brother and sister against sister. When father and mother and child were sold to different bidders. In those painful years, for fear or for some little favor, one brother would say unkind things about another, so that master would whip that brother in public, and the one who reported him gets the crumbs off their table. Beware African leaders, for you are falling into this trap again. You've been to school, so don't be a fool. Think before you speak to the oppressor. Why would one leader, why would the head of one household rise from his household into another household, only to go and gossip and speak ill of their neighbor, their brother? What do they get? Why, in a time when all are saying, or of course a few are saying, hey, please don't beg, because when you beg, you disgrace us all, does one go to say unkind things about another, to one no better than the oppressor, so that he can get a favor? Think about it. You see, when you say people do not respect leaders, it is not that they don't respect leaders, they don't respect titles. For leadership is in what we do. Remember, there are no permanent friends, only permanent interests. Thank you.
Amen. Yeah, me too. Yes, Ben. Hello? 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 There's you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Keep rubbing. You can also. And but if this one is raw, if you count 3 to the top, AF and this one, so yeah. Yeah, but who said? Okay, me bow. They say I'm saying no call and I call now pass. I see.
Right. Please forgive Mufanchemi. We needed to do some small technical corrections. It's now all, as they say, it's all good now. It's all really good. So, Nchebia, my guest, in fact, tonight, Mr. Setekpe, the former finance minister, NDC time, he has agreed to come and discuss certain aspects of the economy or finances are. What has happened, the floods, which has affected so many people down the Volta River. No? He is ready to come and tell us that the NDC people left some monies, some buffers, something for the rainy day as we speak. And according to him, the NPP Akufo-Addo people came in. All those monies have been, so to speak, with the Mianameka, has been squandered. So there we go. I will try and get him back. In fact, I should have called him earlier on. Unfortunately, now me were these friends saying technical problems are in Yantina, Chesena, and your money NCC. So your friends saying technical. Okay, and he say no, and your money in NCC. So I can share the Facebook. I can't say Facebook, I can share it for everyone to join. I want everyone to join me to discuss big time issues. Now then, what it is with this Akufo-Addo government that every time, because time beyond na problems na eka abaya yebua entumi mfa sika anamfa so mba de bia jeseka I mean imagine say nka Akufo-Addo a straight president obebu omani yoka say he was going to protect the national person. Imagine senka obu omani sa enka Attorney General yafrewo wona uhwe nioma so na sikasema basa. You wouldn't come and report in the midst of all this economic hardship, no, to report another what we call it finance pressures, and I say financial obligations that we cannot avoid. I mean, something that we should have avoided. I mean, it's avoidable. It's avoidable. Now, and then let me know penny be dinkomo. Osi Mansa Musa, I will tell you the truth that all this judgment debt, is created by people in government. So that, it's a way of a cartel mindset, mentality, to get some cheap money for themselves against the national sort of interest. That's what they do. Openly can say almost every government, people within a government do these things. Even sometimes at cabinet level, they decide that, look, we need some monies, maybe coming elections or certain financial constraints will demand that we will have to look for some money. We are not magicians, so let's try and think about something. So either they will try and siphon some monies from the procurement coffers, or they will create this judgment debt, syndrome. This, they will create it and share the money. But what the gentleman was telling me this afternoon was that as for this Akufo-Addo group, he said nothing compares. So what is our numerator? I said nothing compares to you. What is our numerator?
NFM Radio.
Nothing compares. Nothing compares to you. According to this gentleman I spoke to this afternoon, he said, after a Kufuor group, they create loot and share. It's so big, it's bigger than they create for Ghana. Usually, like you said, most governments, not only in Ghana, in Africa and some third world countries, people try to make some cheap monies, either through procurement or thereof, anything. But Kufuor and his people, dear Ukraine, and Nutina me call read this what do we call it? This comment by one of the. This comment by. Thank you. By the NPP, I think the NPP's General Secretary, saying that Kufuor has built a certain foundation upon which they can come back and restore the. I mean, utia some kind of utum say, Crawford we ebuye say ye bi kwa. These NPP people, they see Ghanaians as some real fools. I mean that we are not clever at all. That either they themselves they are very foolish, they don't know what they are about, or they are real fools, or we are the fools. Okay, thank you. Which is which? Ubeka we ako can say. Say pa say obi betimi abetina haka say okay. Obi betimi haka say what President Kufuor has given us hope. He has built the foundation. Let me wear my spectacles. The font were too small. I'll say he has built the foundation for the next MPP government to resolve current challenges. Oh, even the grammar here and its understanding, it doesn't make sense. President Kufuor has given us hope. He has built the foundation for the next MPP government to resolve current challenges. And teacher said, the current challenges, according to according to Mr. Justin Kodia Frimpong, I'm from JFK, JKF, but according to JFK, Kufuor has built a foundation upon which a new MPP administration can resolve, will come and resolve this or these current challenges. Into the air, como se say, according to MPP's General Secretary, Kufuor has built a foundation upon which we can resolve it. Well, perhaps he is right. It's true, maybe. Because the point is, when you look at what is going on, at the point that monies are being shared like there's no tomorrow, MPP executives are now saying those taking part in the presidential primaries, they are sharing monies. And this one is not me saying it all. It's not me, Mansa Musa, saying it. Some people within the delegate fraternity. Okay. Some people, some of the delegates, they themselves have come out to tell us that, look, we are taking money. We are taking monies. He said, I'll say, we are taking money. I've received 100 CDs from Kenovriata and 200 from Baumia. Now, just say, ye chicheska no omo chicheska no was it when Ken came I got 100 cedis and when Mr. Babia came I got 200 cedis and you say 100 and 200 you 300 you know you multiply by over 200,000 people no omo chicheko Jesus Christ omo chicheko pa you see and this in itself is criminal, isn't it? To buy vote or to buy influence, to induce influence, to try to influence someone to vote for you or to buy their conscience. It is criminal. But this MPP administration, the people in this government, they are doing it as if it doesn't matter. There's nothing wrong with it. As if there's nothing absolutely wrong with it. I wanted to have Mr. Richmond Kwame Boateng here with me to discuss this. But when he came on to the, what do you call it? What is the Zoom link? I couldn't speak because that time my producer was taking me through some steps and some processes to get very good sound on Facebook and on YouTube. So I couldn't get Mr. Kwame Boateng to speak. Hopefully, if he's still available, I'll try and get him because he said he want to clarify or explain what Mr. Okay, thank you, Mr. What do you say? This man had said. He wants to come and clarify what Mr. JFK, their General Secretary, had said, or what the comment he made. So I'm waiting. Let me join. So those of you who have got the Zoom link, or if you have the Zoom link already, you can join me before Mr. Seth Tepe comes. He definitely would like to come and have discussion about certain aspects of the finances that is happening here in Accra, Ghana. You are listening to Mansa Musa, and this program is called Fire Will Burn You.
NFM Radio.
You
right, so as we speak, the OSP says that Mr. Edubuahine has no case to answer. The same OSP is saying that he wants to seize Madam Cecil Dapa's money. You see, concert na grofo we omuni ye no. Concert ke komudi e wan gro. Omunim. Office of the Special Prosecutor no or say a friend saying Edubuahin any case. Shiraj for so omudi omunim say Edubuahin e wo case. Inti ye ja no mo na akotra ne baby. Sisi da pass court say momfa ne sika ma no. Assemble obi ka kire me na misre sa. Ozi ono onya. Obeka say on prisons ni nyina no. Yembie prisons na munjai obia because obia o prison bia anye kronfo. Nipa kron say akronfo no e wo outside e na omu wi a o man no. Owo mo go prison akasa de omu nya kronfo. Nipa kron kan misre sa. I laugh but it is true, isn't it? It is very true that people who have been imprisoned in Ghana today for petty crimes. Obviously, when someone has conducted themselves, criminally, like involved or indulged in armed robbery, raping and killing and the rest, that one I don't have any excuse for them at all. No sympathy. But when you think about people going around to steal a bunch or something, plantain, cassava to eat or even to sell for 5 cedis something, or stolen, somebody's goat or something, this petty stealing or thieving, for me, I would say I support the fellow who said that these people, they have to be released. Because these petty criminals, they don't deserve to be in prison. Because rather, those who are stealing and doing harm to the country, doing dangerous harm to the nation, they are outside. They are not in the prisons. This is very true, isn't it? We meaning the argument cry. I hope I join me with Zoom. Use the Zoom link if you want to just spy on me on Facebook or on YouTube. You can go on Facebook, New Face Media, and on YouTube the same. On Facebook it's NFM Radio, NFM Radio, and on YouTube it's New Face Media. If you go there, you see Mansa Musa. The reason why there was a little break in transmission was because there was some noise gathering in the YouTube and on Facebook, and my engineer, clever boy, I call him Ben, he has sorted out everything. So now I'm sounding really, really beautiful according to everybody who is listening, especially those listening on the radio. If you are listening on the radio, how do you know I'm sounding well on Facebook? Anyway. So my, the few things. Okay, thank you. The few things I want to discuss tonight is all to do with the dirty criminal governance we are having now. You see, recently, if you heard somebody complain bitterly that the government have signed an agreement with an Australian mining company for them to, start mining, commercial mining for lithium. This lithium thing, is what is needed to do everything that, people on this planet, people on this globe, people, on Earth today want to do away with what they call the how do we call that oneself? Why have I forgotten my words? The fuels, the fuels and the sort of energy that destroys the planet. So they want to go how they call green. So everything or anything electric is supposed to be good for the planet. The word I was looking for was fossil, yeah. They want to do away with fossil fuels and go for green fuels. And that is, they want to everything to be done, motor cars and all engineering stuff to be done by electricity. And this lithium is what is needed to build those batteries. According to the story I heard the other time, people are complaining that, look, the agreement is so far, is very below par. The agreement looks like pre-colonial, times, pre-independent agreement. I've seen some of the NDC parliamentarians requesting that agreement will have to be brought to the parliament so that parliament will, offer its scrutiny, which is a good thing, really. Sometimes we want to blame, the NDC opposition, but there is so much they can do. There is so much. Because, look, even if there is some sort of horse trading going on, and that is, watch my back, make I watch your back, I don't blame them, because the little mistakes that maybe they committed previously, Guvado and his people cynically want to make sure they will put them in prison or something. You see, want to undermine them big time. So sometimes I get to understand if there has been any, what we call it, any horse trading, looking after my back and I look at, But all in all, the NDC opposition are doing very, very well. Even when they were vastly, outnumbered. You remember when, after 2016, I think they were outnumbered by about 60 NPs, Even at that time, they still tried, to fight their corner and, so to speak, to fight for Ghana. So I hear that they want to bring that matter of the signing of lithium agreement. They want to bring it into the parliament, so our parliament will discuss it. It is good. Then we have the sale of Ghana's sovereign properties to pay off judgment debt. For this reason, because the point is, for me, like I said, Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah bought all those houses, right? So if today we don't have any need, well, it is even annoying to say that, but let's give it a thought that if we don't have any we don't have any need or we don't have any, we don't need those properties here in UK again, then okay, we can sell them. But when we sell them, maybe you sell it to go and build schools or dormitories or housing for Ghanaians, local affordable housing for Ghanaian workers, then I will understand. But when we are going to sell those properties in order to pay debt, the debt that we shouldn't have incurred anyway, a debt that we could have just done away with. I mean, we could have completely avoid that judgment debt. So if we sell national property abroad to pay that debt, it isn't right at all. And papa. And they are doing things. Many people believe that all this, judgment debt and the rest, they are manufactured for the same politicians, to make very rich, to have their illegal way of making money. And this is terrible, because the more we go on, we carry on like this in Africa, the more our countries become, unlivable. The more people want to get away from those lands, and the more the Europeans especially would like to come and visit us again. That's what brings me to the other issue that today I've seen a clip or a picture, in the news that the European Union has gifted Ghana some vehicles, and that these vehicles should be used to fight terrorism. You see, as my friend would say, like joke. Now we too, we day inside a terrorism team top. I mean, we day inside. Like joke. In that of our Africa, with all its problems, with all its poverty, lack of everything, it was all about civil strife, sometimes ethnic, what we call it, tribal conflicts here and there, and coups. Then, for some reason, the West, led by the Americans, Americans haven't lost out on colonization or colonialism, have now decided that they are the superpower. And so what the Europeans could not maintain or had left, the Americans can now come back and revive a phenomenon like colonialism in a different way, different guise. This time it's not that they bring leadership from their country to come and lord over us. It is simple. Use our own people to work on their behalf, to work for them. They are able to use our own leadership to work against us. And it is happening all over the continent. I can say 2 continents. I can even say 3. Latin America, Africa, and the Middle East. The Asia Minor and the Asia proper, Southeast Asia or whatever they call it, for them they are a bit more clever. But when it comes to Middle East, and the Middle East, it's not like, the typical colonization. What is happening is that all these Arabs or the Arabic nations, now the people living, leading or governing those nations have come to know Western civilization or Western ways of living, the style of, the opulence, how to live and live good. So those leaderships, fortunately, unfortunately, got so much money stuck in the West. Official, legal, billions stuck in Western banks. Then they've got the unofficial, quietly illegal billions also stuck in Western banks. So with all what is happening in the Middle East, if really the Arab nations want to stand up seriously against America and the West, it's not about the physical fighting or the arms and the military might of the West, but the financial advantage that the West has. And not because the West has more money or wealth than the people in the Middle East, no. But there are these Middle Easterns and they've got big, hundreds of billions in the West. And they know if they really want to rise against the West, those monies will be gone. The West, they are clever. They will seize it, use it to look after themselves. And so for some, that trickish, cynical way, these Eastern Europeans cannot act very well. What is going on? Look, they don't like what is happening to the Palestinians. They don't. And most leadership in the Middle East, they have, they are under big time pressure. They are under pressure from their local citizens. But the leaderships cannot act because they know if they act, their financial, what we call muscle, especially the monies that are being kept overseas in Western banks, will never return. You see what I mean? As for we, the Africans, what they've done to us is that our leadership, our leaders are very gullible, they are greedy, and they are not very clever. Because if you're able, if you dangle $10 million to a West African politician, $10 million, he knows he can come and buy about 4 or 5 heavy buildings in the UK, in US, and let's say in France or in Germany. He can build massive houses or buy massive houses in South Africa, anywhere. So that $10 million is so much for him. They will go and sign an agreement that will be detriment to the very, what do we call it, the upkeep or the survival of the nation as a whole. But in their view, that 10 million in their pocket is good for them. And the whites, the Western, liberal democracies or the liberal leadership in the West, they know this. They know. Say and Crawford, your politicians know. Pesika, nenye sika hibia na odebeba homo. Sika kakre bia homo ni so. Someone told me that this lithium agreement and I sign a Australian company. I will say, what you I had to say they are for 15 years. They will mine it and mine it and mine it and mine it. Then we can also talk about we can also talk about the spillage. The spillage at the what's the name of the place? There are called some more dam spillage. We can talk about it. You see, that spillage at Akosomo really troubles me. It worries me. Because if it was by accident and we were taken unawares, perhaps I will agree, I will understand. But when you plan something, in this country, say planned maintenance. When you plan to do something that can cause harm, or can bring danger, or can bring havoc, or can disturb the normal way of life, something that can obstruct the rhythm, the normal rhythm, people's ways of living. When you are doing that deliberately, then you have to plan for the consequence. In Ghana, beat me Betrankas, we planned, we did simulation. All right. Hey. You see, when I was growing up, I didn't understand this. I thought some people didn't like the way other people use the English language. In fact, I thought my mom was one of them. The people who speak too much English, my mom didn't like them. But I thought she was not very, that she was unhappy with people just speaking English, and she wasn't happy. I didn't know why she wasn't. But now I tend to understand. Because in Ghana today, just speak some nice slangs and you are okay. I watch TV and radio with people explaining that, they planned the spillage. Why? If they didn't plan, like they won't do simulation. So that word simulation, because they did that, means they planned. You plan something, and so much has got out of hand. So much has got out of hand. You see, when we sit in our cozy places and just, talk about it as though, it's nothing major or something. The word is flippant, yeah? When some of us are being flippant about this. I mean, just imagine, yeah? Imagine that all of a sudden, the water in your room is up to your ankles or up to your waist level. Everything that can go waste or can spoil or can damage is already damaged. imagine that when water, the flood, it just clears everything in its path. So this water will drag everything, every living thing, including rats and rabbits and mice and other animals, including snakes, everywhere. So imagine that your house, even if it's a story building, if you are at the top, how do you come down? If you are at the bottom, everything is gone, it's spoiled. Now imagine that you are not strong and active as like you used to be, and so every now and then you have to go to the bathroom to have a wee, or you have to use the toilet for number one, anything, that sort of thing. Imagine you have to take some tablets, and those tablets usually, at our ages, it tends to make you weaker, or it tends to keep you relaxed. Imagine now you have to move up and down like a young guy, and you are not young. Imagine you have, joint problems, your knees and that, especially your waist pains and everything. Imagine a woman who is in, the later stages of pregnancy. Just imagine. Then somebody will sit in their office and speak big English that, we planned, after we did simulation. That simulation, so it means they planned. Today I've read somewhere that the Speaker of Parliament has directed Parliament to investigate, to probe, to probe the dam spillage, to investigate it. I think it's a good thing, even though in the end, the MPP side will block anything that's supposed to, things that can make us learn lessons. In the end, the MPP side will block everything. So even though, in good faith, the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Babin, has requested Parliament to investigate, you and I will know that it won't come to naught, or it will amount to naught. Nothing will come out of it. This is the situation we are in. Things that should be investigated properly, so that lessons can be learned. Going forward, we try to avoid such mistakes again. You see that the NPP side will try their damnedest best to stop any scrutiny. As we speak, we have the case of Dampare versus some 2 or 3 people who wanted him removed. This case, a proper retired judge, a security retired fellow, proper human beings, people who live in a proper countries, they will investigate. And whatever the shortcomings in the police administration or in the police service or force, it's a different matter. For some people to go quietly thinking no one will hear, no one will know, and start, undermining the very structures they belong to, telling someone who they thought was, on their side, that we need to remove the IGP. We want him gone because with him, there's no way our party will retain power. These people have not denied what they've said. And yet, those people in Britain, UK, and the rest of the time you argue. Can you imagine if the police administration here in the UK, someone had gone to do that, and then maybe they said, if we don't remove the metropolitan police head, then the Conservative may lose the elections next time around. Even the Conservatives themselves, their top, they will make sure that, hey, improper investigation will go on, and those people will be, the law will take its course. But in Ghana, Akufo-Addo has brought this particular heavyweight, nightmare of a problem that Ghanaians have to deal with. We had the usual corrupt activities, the usual a little bit of party, what we call hubris, or parties when they are in power, they feel the whole world belongs to them. They did a little bit of skirmishes here and there. But Akufo-Addo's time has brought, a new phenomenon. That is, Ghanaians will have to now fight to restore order. That order, Ghanaians now have to restore, the normal services where it was, actually felt wrong to give bribes or to take bribes. I mean, people were doing, but it felt very wrong. Those doing it knew it was wrong and they were afraid. Now we are in a situation, people doing this are not afraid. It has become normal because it's like your party is in power, so you see, this is what we all have to fight against and remove it, because otherwise, even if a new party comes and we have to normalize, make this as a normal way of governing, and we are in trouble. Somebody said, Akufo-Addo is just a nightmare, Mansa Musa. Akufo-Addo is a nightmare. Oh, dear.
NFM Radio.
You, Mate. You see, so we have all these issues. And when you think about the fact that Akufo-Addo was the one who said that he was going to use the Anas principle. You remember? I will use the Anas principle. Today, that Anas, that principle itself is completely missing. You see, the principle, that Anas principle, has been thrown away, and even as they say, a court, a Ghanaian court has rather made Anas look very bad indeed. You see, a Ghanaian court is telling Ghanaians that everyone that Anas has exposed, and now it looks or it sounds as though people were very, very innocent. They were very good boys and girls, and Anas really was the one that everyone got to fear. In a country like this, ladies and gentlemen, Omaya Tisano, Obi Kai Osinawa Uni saying, of course. Musa say, is the telephones working? I've got 3 different telephones here and they are all on. Let me see. So I don't know whether you are just asking because you think you should ask, or seriously you've called and you didn't get through. I don't think it's the latter. I don't think you called and you didn't, because like I said, all the phones here, they are all switched on. Akufo-Addo said, I shall use the Anas principle. So this afternoon, I just wrote a little bit of satire and said, in the year 3023, which is it 1,000 years from now? Is it 1,000 years? Yeah, 1,000 years from now, historians will quote Akufo-Addo. He said there was a guy who became president of Ghana, but before he was voted into office, he said, I will use the Anas principle. And the historian will have to explain what Anas principle really meant. and people will be sitting in studios and will be arguing that the Akufo-Addo just said that and he couldn't use it. So what happened to him? And the historians will say, oh, he even went on to complete 2 terms. You see, it's, why? The people that time didn't study at all. They didn't have intelligence at all. And the historians will say, well, some people had it, but many didn't. So thinking about all this, and now thinking about the fact that we have Bawumia, Kennedy Japan, and the rest of them, we have people actually confessing that they are being given money. One guy said, look, when Bawumia came to town, he got 200 from Baumia's side. When Kennedy Japan came to town, he got 100. So the question is, the sharing of money, they are, according to their legislature, the NPP rules and their regulations and their constitution, we have over 200,000 people, whose votes, majority of them, you need to capture their votes in order to win the primaries. So imagine if it's 200 here, 100 there, some even get more than 200, maybe 1,000. You multiply by just, let's say, a conservative figure of, let's say, 100,000 people. Then you can see the amount of cedis. Why the Bank of Ghana printed so much cash. And those cash, they are still there, hidden in so many places. Just okay, thank you. It means when the time comes for the proper voting in future in 2024, those monies will come to play. I mean, people will be called to come and exhibit their loyalty, not to exhibit their franchise to vote for proper people. No. They will ask you to come and show your loyalty. And so if we don't pray and we have to just pray and educate people that, look, we know you are all hungry. We all are hungry. Obviously, I'm not. In fact, I'm overeating. I eat too much and it's not good. Sometimes it's not good. But, a lot of people in Ghana, not all of them are very, very rich. If somebody like Lewin, the actor, comedian actor or whatever he is, if he's now complaining that then you know that people are really suffering. So we need to educate our people that, look, it's hard. And the money is money, it's money, it's money. So I wouldn't advise you to say, Obama inje. Why jikro bi to me town? Jisikano, nebum, uko boot ni mo ko vote a. Enye by force say who vote money for this ask animal. There be. Because what I saw Tia says so be more sasikano a. Say or will be embroso. No mind so ye bua kwesi minim say o twen na mama me. O mind so ye bua what we do ni say. And so when your politicians are ombe bua mind in such a way say omwa ombe nya sika no directly ye de be hihye omo nsemu no kakra bi na mom nipa dodo no benya omo chefa through other amenities, other infrastructure, other services. Senka ya sisi every capital bianya about 2,000 or 5,000 your friend is saying affordable housing. Every trunk road biya becomes dual carriage. Now they are even thinking of maybe proper train services. Train services are just mafu. Railway lines are local. From one village to the other, to the town, to the so other people, farmers and the rest, say in the next 5, 10, 15 years, now this is how the life is. And no NHS what to abapa. Nese Baumiani can Japan no banon bechicha 200, 500, even 1,000. As I was there, 1,200 near the diamond. Obienya car cost be at $30,000. Sabeti aka so bia meje $100,000 na yen to mama and they send the $100,000 would ya also the be who ye for your future people and I can't even compete with that. But sasi kan kitin na ya ji chema una stella na je say ye wi afi mu amu ho no je nemum to abapa. There's not much advice better than this one. And me Mansa Musa, I know I'm very clever. Kwesi akwaba.
Major Mansa Musa.
We have a call.
You do so.
Your uncle, Mr. Setekpene, and you need in command also in Kobeba.
But also, Minto Casani.
Okay, let me see. Okay, go see to Minka. Hello.
And I be a kukuru or wonderful.
Still, I to be kukuru. Okay. Right, I was talking about Setekpe. He planned, he promised, about so many things, so many issues. So that time, no, so driver, in fact, he gave me some other information I cannot say on it. But until he comes, even if it's 15 minutes, I will do with him. But until he comes, I call you.
And that's it. Master sir, you ready? I'm say wabubo nyamaka krebido. But the last one here, okay, is very, very important. And I think Ghana need beer or pese yaje famudi atosumi no efi enipe binsem osa Kwame Nkrumah boy koko ono no Kwame Nkrumah no obaje famudi no efi colonialist ho na oboy koko so say enipe bi beba omo no de new colonialist yenhwe omo ye omo beba na new colonialist no send Kwame Nkrumah describe omo no the same thing and if you do your way on any MPP phone. Until you be here say, your bedgy found dear a prosumino. And you know, sir, I cacrea out the true way. I don't know, say, you gnasso, na you to me a church and you know, much any said, you know, because of who are. Nukreni ukojina inu hukurana asa abatu no otu nukro ntiase enti so ohono biba we dia minua akotra ba ma no we mikru mini akotra ba ma no ne kwa asore ba ako akotra ba ma no eni no betuma ye adwuma na da ho na anase untumi ye no na ye hwe sabi ye bibifu and Ghana for in particular. Nyano na yehwe. If you share any mania may be obibeka say tangential, university tangential issues to be Gina so the twaba. Na yekwe enim no. Okasa ya wakan very 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 important. Ehu nya pa say ye betu ye bo ni a chire nsem bi mu a chire ye nuanom ni bi mu a ade bi wo ho a said wo mo ntiase ana abato no kra no wo mo make a informed decision bi ansa no mo ya koto aba no e bi sa aba no tu wi a wo de wo yi wo shebre nyina hye nipa no nsa for 4 years at least wo da hye nsa for 4 years onya 2 minutes wi a ti said ye hu ekufuado unye ni pebia sebe onfa mbranya adwuma mbrana yi na ya hyehye kra e friend constitution na say yes ye democracy ni kra no obo betiatia so ofa ye adwuma so the ye adwuma mpo dia na sɛbi nneɛma bi a ɔyɛ mpo no ansɔ ani pii kura mpo na ka wobɛfa no saa na wei na nneɛma no a ɔsɛ ɔyɛ de boa wo no ɔnyɛ mmoa wo ɛna mmara no so wobɛtiatia so nti yɛkɔyɛ ano ne yɛbaeɛ nti the best thing because sika kyɛ ne deɛ masa musa yɛyɛ den yɛtwe mu tan ɔmbɛkye sika no ɛfiri sɛ ɔmɔkɔtwa sika no ɔmo deɛ ɛyɛ din mu akɔtwa sika abɛsu wɔn dan mu ɔmo deɛ din mu akɔbɔ bosea a adeɛ a yɛ sɛ ɔmo de sika no bosea no yɛ no koraa ɔmo mfa nyɛ na ɔmo de kɔgu wɔn dan mu nti no the next thing a ɔmo pɛ bio ɛyɛ tumi bio na ɔmo pɛ nso ɔno ɔhwɛ n'anim hwɛ n'akyi a onim sɛ wanyɛ adwuma bi amfa mma nipa no nti the only thing ne sɛ ɔbɛma ɛkɔm adi nipa no wɔ kurom hɔ ɛkɔm no gye waa abatoro bɛso a na ɔbɛyi 100 cedis na ɔde ahyɛ wo nsɛm 200 na ɔde ahyɛ wo nsɛm gye kɔtoro abama no na wasan de wɔhyɛ berɛ 4 years asan ahyɛ ne nsa bio na wakɔ so atwa sika bio ɔde wodin mu atwa sika bio ɔde wodin mu akɔbɔ bosea bio deɛ ɛsɛ sɛ ɔbosea no sɛ ɔde bɛyɛ ɔde bɛsi school dan ɔde bɛsi hospital ɔde yɛ akwan ɔde yɛ nsuo ma wo ɔde solve electricity problem ɔnyɛ na yɛte yɛ abc de mu saa masa musa deɛ ɛkɔ so na ɛha adwene o kyɛ sɛ nnipa brɛ ankasa wɔ kuro no mu nnipa brɛ papapapapapa wɔ kuro no mu na ebi mu so deɛ political power a ekuta wɔn na wɔn anya tumi bi kuta wɔn no nti no wɔn de awie ɔman no tam ɛna sisi aso yɛayɛ no sika no wɔn suro so wɔn de bi pie because wokasa wɔn pie a international laws no so ɛmma ɔkwan wodi agorɔ ɛbɛkyew wɔn akɔ jail sika na wɔde kɔ no so no wɔn lose anti money laundering issues no nti no wɔn ntu nfa sika no mpie ɛna Ghana so na wɔde kɔto bank a ɛbɛ flash there will be a flash ɛbɛ trigger biribi ma yɛbɛbisa wɔ asɛm sɛ sika wɔ wunya no wɔ he wɔn ntumi mfe mpie mba ayi amanano na wɔn de kɔto bank so wɔ Ghana wɔn ntumi nkyerɛkyerɛ mu ɛkwan a wɔn fa so wɔn nyɛ sɛ sika no nti no ɛwɔ sɛ wɔn de hyɛ wɔn dɛm wɔde hyehyɛ wɔn mpaase woka sɛ mbere bi Sam George challenge yɛka no sɛn ɔka nsɛm bi sɛ real estate area hɔ no ɛhɔ na nkurɔfo ɛlɔnda sika kɔkɔ ɔkaeɛ Ghana real estate developers wɔn sɔ ne kikikiki ɛna Sam George wɔn anyɛ yi wɔn de ne bɛkɔ court Sam George challenge wɔn ɛfiri wɔn ankasa mpanyinfoɔ no recently wɔn sɛ wɔn hwehwɛ wɔn adwuma no mu na nkurɔfo bi ɛlɔnda sika bɛhyɛ saa adwuma no mu nti saa politicians yi bi a wɔn atwa sika wɔn de ebi wɔn akɔtwa sika abɔ yɛ korɔ no no ɛhɔ na pii de wɔn sika ɛkɔhyehyɛ nti sika no bu no so a ɔno de ohia no tumi no nti mmerɛ no ba abɛso a ɔbɛsese sika no de abrɛ wo wogye a wo so bɛkɔ akɔto abama no na wode wohyɛ berɛ ahyɛ ne nsa bio another 4 years na watoa so awia sika no saa nti ɛwɔ sɛ adumberɛ bi a ɛwɔ sɛ ɛkyerɛkyerɛ yɛn nkɔɔfoɔ no mu sɛnea aba yɛto aba a ɛwɔ nsunsuanso no woto aba papa a wobɛnya nsunsuanso papa woto aba bɔne a wobɛnya nsunsuanso bɔne na ebi no deɛ yɛ hu ɛnde nti the only way ɛne saa ascend north formula no ɛne ɛsɛ yɛka kyerɛ Ghanafo sika no deɛ ɔmo de ba mo ngyengye ɔkasa bodua ɛnyaw because ɛwɔ awo sika wɔ wia no de brɛw sɛ gye na sama no tumi bio
te sɛ deɛ asi South Africa I'm Robert Ibora. They paid a visit to Pentecost.
Yes.
They paid them a visit, Neja. They collected what belongs to Caesar. Some people. Well, I'm going to send him even online voice over to nurseries. Also, they just came to collect what belongs to Caesar. After all, some people have stolen from Caesar.
Anyway, I send this to me cracking joke, but no, it's serious. It's serious. Very scary.
Of course, it's serious. Now, what's one person was kidnapped? Somehow they will leave him. But the whole thing is, I'm telling you, the cheap way of finding money in Africa. The pastor. As for footballers and boxers and the sports people, at least they train and they get tired. But a pastor, a lawyer, and a politician, a judge, a pastor, a lawyer, and a politician. And
I was only say sports. Those in sports, also Munisca be a very benevolent.
Of course.
Indeed, one who say. Said this nipa boni free targeting those group of people.
Talking about targeting, a Liverpool footballer also his parents were kidnapped. All places, the usual places, the usual suspect, Colombia. Hey,
so comedy over no much to Kotamu. Actually, Ubia, Yachina is coming free mamba. Anyway, Mansa Musa, 80 a hono, I was educated and call for Yano Mokasa. Now, Abaso. I used to swear what about room. Nasabi, Embreno Swan. Cromphobia begina who didn't be begina who knew Niska crab a petting guanam, Omoje Cotrabaman, Omun Chasadian so. Or this kind of bar, J. Nedi, and your she, who could not a Dakadim after all, Unquan Udina or one only the water. Opa, I so. Akusumbo dam spillage send the yadi bija once and casisia and then I walk say the honorable right honorable speaker so I say or set up committee no more investigative on my issue. Mansa Musa Pacho Meti yes
Bambabin said they should look into the spillage. Let me see if I can find it here. I'll read it.
A good thing now, I can be a can one, Menoya Genepa. Also, committee, no, or me to my setting up by your home, name MPP, MPs, best cattle, As a Musa, you see, three arms of government, You say Kufado, the executive board was saying. Was said be our destroy be our executive war because all no be no even council of state papa phone paying for na nanom nkokora phone mbro afo mugu hokora no omusuo so meka so oyi bibi na ye kwa meka kire no
meanwhile mama fa we sun twom kakra obi kan o si yesu cry ja him na obi kere Japan kasa o si go
and the minim ya aso kasa no we chi kakra
e bi so but why because they be meet Musa. I don't know why. Maybe YouTube be original no hwehwe kakra.
It's better now.
Okay. Right. So, Japan, also go and ask Akufo-Addo how you got your ministerial appointment. You know who he's talking about? Because he's telling your friends, Auntie, how I come see. Oh dear.
Because yet now ye din yen bibi emre bi atwem no mo de Akufo-Addo beso ayen into Mufia seminar going forward near BDB. Now,
before you continue to let me say another thing here. This my friend, I grow past some chow. As Nigerians would say, I grow past some chap, but he's not growing older than myself. My friend Martin Pegbu. Also, I am struggling to understand why a Dubuahin influence peddling case isn't corruption. We are all struggling. We are all struggling.
Mansa Musa.
Now continue.
Because the coffee na problem na ye kufuado. Problems ni na Ghana ye problem ni na ye kufuado. Officer Matamidu edin no the man keke. O study ni ye pa. Because a corruption risk and a analysis and wo you can say PDS PDS back a Japan deal no more. Now we go for the smack and furata mo or come at Yami do ni feel ne residence amachi. Okweden won free amachi. E dia asem na kan furata person ni Matiami do kan ontumi nko ne office. And as time na Matiami Amidu oye special a prosecutor na the office no ni fie wo ono ne residence na sign office. Mansa Musa, the problem now, Ghana win na Yekufado. Because judiciary are any ejuma a Yekufado. Parliament are MPP MPs. Umuntumi anti-count yejuma a Yekufado. Uko media na Nkofubi ayomuhu a stumbling block. Omunoma guard dogs. Amaya attack dogs. Omu media nemu. A Yekufado no ye. And the problem of Ghana is a Kufado. Officer police for a concern Kukudi on Posumuni. Officer Munim say a Kufado pay that kind of thing. Into no more. Officer Munim say Kufado no nonsense person. Says anyone he doesn't entertain her. A Umaya incentive to be class a young cotton could this uncle mono. Yani a party guru. Like a Papa Nipo for example, a Papaya former MPP chairman Northern Region money couldn't compose a fencing a Bugri Nabu. Someone himself who fought or entertaining those nonsense. Yes, only they are aware. What is a professor? No, so Uncle Fubico Bob say you could say Uncle Yesa Wulu no. He will not do it. You know it, so you can't go there. You can't do that. Because I Uncle Quincy practical one day you can say me. I say, Ubi Professor Mansa subordinates ni bi. Ubi baako se wo film ko ka ne ho asem kire Professor Mansa. Oh, one day no akaje so okay brother dey ubaba no afre nipa no na woni nipa ni na ate ho o si nipa na wo kan no asem no ni ntika o aka na ma wo kan na
let me say my target to na Reverend Usubempa also vote for someone with proven back track record na kwesi mami bi so nti wana wo you know about forward no. One part or one track record, I don't know. Is anyone? No, you take the front runners aside. One hour clean track record, you know. Ma, Usben Paraka, Usben one or Tigana will be an Amanwaba. I do, anyway.
It's a track record, no one goes on Mungu, no more. Now, I don't American. Are you true? Say a speaker. Or set up committee now. Committee in the setting up, but MPs from the committee so they will scatter it. Mansa Musa shared remember a few examples. Okay, say who for the bar for na and a committee be almost setting up cash for seats and buy say omo ye dinner dance na be a program bi now companies corporate bodies person could be maybe as a former advert ma on say na na the more u table ebe ben Akufo-Addo ni table no na u tua more into we next to Akufo-Addo be a company be to be $100,000.
I remember I wrote a piece those days. I wrote and I said that if some people are sitting beside Christ there and they and Christ in our own community.
Musa Akufo-Addo is so corrupt in the marrows. Time almost set up committee no e dey na MPs no mgusu no ye okwa ya kasam ne dey asam ne call right abunso almost twimba left ya dey call left and no twimba right sa Akufo-Addo na story be kasai no sa committee na adwuma no esay
So, before you continue, let me read this one small. Say, Speaker orders parliamentary probe into Akosombo dam spillage. Now, if you read, I said the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Babin, has ordered a parliamentary probe into the Akosombo dam spillage on September 15. The Volta River Authority VRA commenced the spilling of excess water due to rising levels, blah blah blah, and the weeks later, the spillage started and many residents, blah 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 blah. Okay, better make speak on the side, Okay, so also commenting on the development, the speaker said the devastation caused by the spillage cuts across from the coast up to the north, and so many more constituencies are affected, not just those downstream alone. Therefore, the task is enormous and we need to work on it together. You see, so yeah. All the way. I'm not going to interrupt you again here. Then just finish in 4 minutes for me because so that I need to go somewhere tonight. Yeah.
Yo, and mommy and quick. Enti Usha Kenofurata so ni issue ya. Look at the way the MPs in Parliament the way Musa handle issue no. And this people say this man is a danger to our financial sector. And then this if you sounding them warning do watch I don't go na atofo simu na imomo kan yache. Then it got to a head. So no, this man the LC yin if you were yempeno. Yemfa pressure being through Akufo-Addo so non permanent because on MPs nearby ya. Oh yes we yempeno. Okay, more penny there yin na yembum and then almost there a kwana momo faso yin ni yempe. MPs no as one can tell this because a kwana mo faso aye ni yempe. On and on and speaker a set up committee for a Kenofurata Beshiwa, chairman of the committee no a Papin preference and Katie Hammond. She the way she behave or committee no so.
The same way Natasha
also Akufo-Addo otumi block everything.
The same way Natasha so all your police
Akufo-Addo Katie Hammond or protecting Kenofurata we free mono. Also we Akufo-Addo command ministerial position as minister for trade.
Yes.
You see, it's Akufo-Addo and I make us a Akufo-Addo a problem. But MPs no are there me diom ya on say yes, we party na war abani. But also who say you are in parliament on behalf of some your constituents. She e-levy by she the MPP for MPC, almost fighting NDC MPC a pushy e-levy finally almost Supreme Court, but Supreme Court so at this time because she no implement it on the e-levy be Ghana for on. IGP din and working. She the way you attaching us to IGP a committee so leaked tape committee. It's yes, make us NDC MPs, angels no more parliament, no. But MPP MPs, they are not helping this country. Especially under Gufo Nabain, they are not helping the country at all. I said, if you only be a Gufo the baby, I no support to. We have to say, representing in EPB at Trabama, no more MPs. My being said, which is terrible. Mansa Musa, in Nipa or Parliament or ye dangerous supply chain Mansa Musa. Bonia, a Bank of Ghana governing, will boom Brasso and Brano, will come in Brana, traction at Tiaso, who are printing 18 billion cedis within 2 years. Yankasa Bank of Ghana, Governor Untumin printed, Sikama Aban was a ban watcher, which ma printed. Now, Embrana, which ma printed only 5% of the previous year's total revenue. Previous year's total revenue. Mansa Musa, who check it a year, the previous year in Kaukani Nabuma. What to print 4 million, 4 billion at the amount of buying. But Papaya co printed in excess 80 billion within 2 years. And the cool inflation kakraka about to Ghana also. Manyamana wire din or mining amanipa, manipa genonje. NDC MPC, yes, some year demonstration. Which is guaranteed under democracy. Omo yes adi ko wa papa edwane wa mama je yi uri okache omo se omo ayete se omo ye den hooligans. So the gata governor of Bank of Ghana ekuta akachira MP sa omo exercise omo can say for democratic rights. So omo ye hooligans.
But this problem too is worrying me. This problem too is worrying me. NDC MPs, people are asking them, says how they are more hollow papa number parliament. Before I started the Krano, we be initiated some move in the Krano. Chairman some to parliament to say, what kind of parliament is here? I say. NDC for a day, motion ya basso per se a yachi Bank of Ghana governor ba parliament be almost support. Mansa Musa, yet your man now most of your MPs are more representing your interest our parliament. Is this how you handle issues? Because I have Bonina Papanidi, yeah, NDC funkwa na affect wo mu kuro no mu. Enye CPP funkwa, enye APC fo. MPP, one kasa mo constituency mo to abama mo be MPs no. Sa boni na papa ne ye inflation by ma ho kira bo mine mo no. Sa de na affect wo mu bi. World Bank kase the actions of Bank of Ghana governor no pushing 850,000 Ghanaians, 850,000 below the poverty line. Now we are empty. Chairman Sabunsu, who represented a force and Shiame for. I wouldn't say ni petty hono, if you are much. Na Bank of Ghana, a governor, na kwa SADWE. No, OBC, a person, a channel. Yeah, demonstration you call a petition you call command. Ujane one petition call magic, we will sign the attempt say hooligans. Not in Kofu. But there's something I got to say here. That particular thing you remind me. Munipa Sam George so or make a comment be na nyen untwa onfa kwan mu kra na untwa yi. Okoka said the person who came to receive just a watchman. That was wrong. You know, it was a put down. But I don't know. Look, when we talk about the way people, I know say you want to flow, but kwesi, yeah, can say my hair. Mami be okojina baby say the same mami kriya or say I thought he was onion seller, market onion seller. The market katikano aya oye.
Mami kasa. You are right. Because you are right. But I see you say, I don't think it's a you should watch man derogatory in a derogatory manner. And they say, Unsa Ghana, Teteno, Obi, a security personnel baby crana. That is a word that you use to the Moan, said Omo binu omutumitiase. So what I say? I agree with you.
There's no delegation. It was delegated.
I agree with you.
It came out. Kwesi, listen. That's not the topic we are talking today. Kwesi, that is not the topic we are discussing today. All what you got to say is that if the guy, you know, this is how it came out. Maybe we all have to apologize. That's it. Don't justify it. He meant to put the guy down. Kwesi. Anything American that you let me say. Okay, some judge if you, because I don't want to argue about it. If you feel you can justify it, I think no.
I am not justifying it. It's just I'm not making. Who now create problem? No, it's just I'm not making. Justify it. Me say these things, you know, they said they are can somebody, and I make a say he may not have used it derogatorily, but obi oha obe picky as no trace no until they are can we right, but they make sense say ye na issue so Ghana no obi a security ayi wo baby krana different watchman na anye a can say a derogatory those days, but now no obi betuma ye it is your can we right. Silent person make it.
Okay.
Yes. You can we right. They said they are workers who busy as or told Jenny. Oh, can sana? Oh, be or told Jenny, or be out told Jenny. But why should you now council or be my Tristan? Nama or one work away then I could see Bonnie. Aha, it is your work on me no ya Jenny. And the Mamintiu, now what can be Mamintiu?
It's about
it's a 1 year, 1 year you should see there. It's
about
me run it through and son and metam now.
The time the answer we say about 10 pounds.
Oh, okay. And you better trust now.
Yeah, trust. But we are now can be former chairman of
former
chairman of NPP Ashanti region. What he has said, you know, made me want me just because me, you know, to me, you know, dear. Most vice presidents they do very little. They don't do nothing at all. Vice president. Yeah, vice president don't do much. So for him to say that Bawumia is the worst vice president, you know, it is really strange. I mean, let you know in your grow. I don't know why. How can it be? How can it happen?
One of the reasons to say they are not working. Again, you are right. A vice president, you know, normally you don't see them through a open. So yeah, this is the boss in war. BB on economic management team, so police council. No, yeah, he's no, we all representing a boss or a program being a boss and that kind of thing. But this guy, you know, before being a vice president in Okrano, he was thrown out there. Kufrado kura kachire say nye Kufrado nko MPP fo nyina e kachire say Bawumia economy dia we are seeing nara we if you are Adam Smith if you are economy there will be antron into ono na oba BCC is kasem o ka se kufu do ka se sidi na ya hata na ngodi bi anim na baumia na oba be ni o kai ana baumia so ye de sa hinche ne share no kama mo opposition no no susu and then on nam ICGC omo university and then wakwaha oye sidi hu on sidi hu ayinkwa na oye sidi hu ayinkwa na when the fundamentals are weak, the economy will expose you at the end Master Musa, all the economic indices
Baumia support ABC ignore that old Ashanti regional former chairman. He just Baumia support that is not happy at all.
What do you expect? Officers have go for accept to say Baumia. What do you expect? Are you expecting say
so I don't know. Seminyana maybe Sunday. What about those confessing and confirming that they've received 100 cities here, 200 cities there. So over 200,000 people. If they are paying that minimum of 100 and 200, imagine the amount of money being spent. And where from those monies?
Me Canada, Japan, you be or ye but nisem no okikam. If you Austria, because $800 million okay say almost all the money. So almost say anya no kre obi anka bibia nkyere no. And na be omo kasa asem na so ka say can Japan bomu na obi demand $500 million worth of a contract. Yes sir. So it tells you say nkomo bi then akos between the two. Nkomo bi na nkomo no so no sikasem nkomo.
Yes.
Nkomo bi akoso sikasem nkomo because we deny we.
Let's go home here. I need to go somewhere. Usually in Kamitumi Traka Kraba. I need to go. So
I
need to get to somewhere before 11.
Jamaica to cry. Say Omufia Semino, Ghana from Wina Mama and Fire Moon to be in DB. Na embribi efie
NFM Radio
on say one kasa won di wo fiasem
NFM Radio
on say kan party headquarters ye bro nipa ye papa o mani o mo so fe wi o mo kwa left eye kwa no mo
be Mansa Musa e dey bro
left eye no mo ponchi o mo eye o mo to acid ni se ne manyama no
on NFM Radio with Mansa Musa Monday to Saturday 7 p.m. to 10 p.m.
on ye kufu ado nkwa no mo de ba o mo the invisible forces invisible forces and Delta forces. Woman, I see you push your Makoshe police, you push your Makoshe military more. Omu use brutalizing. The other day, Naya Shaman, almost a soldier who could brutalizing. Ghana for Kanka,
listen to Fire will burn you NFM Radio with Mansa Musa Monday to Saturday 7 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Corruption na no ma start di hu edwa no eno no ma di hu o ma start di hu komo no enti Ghana for say anya careful ye di tumi koma se ba umio se Kennedy Japan ye be fa bibi ye be fa jemu
NFM Radio
for the need the Croatia Mansa Musa that's it
Mr. Dasi adienche bye
NFM Radio
make a share, I'm a sewa, I'm done, I'm a summer done, I'll call you away. Yeah, oh, Amy, it's about the drama, Sawa, make it catch the yo, never see, there you go. Now, some man, let's say, oh, Amy, Mother me boy, my mama guitar, look at my son, show.